Hello, everyone, and welcome to this webinar organized by Doxity in partnership with Emlyon Business School. My name is Carolina. Nice to meet you all, and I'll be your host for today's event on behalf of Doxity. I see here that the first people are already starting to join in. We're going to wait a few minutes before starting to allow everyone to connect. In the meantime, feel free to say hi on our chat here in Zoom, and please tell us where you're from, since we are very curious. First of all, I want to thank everyone for joining us and thank our panelists for being here with us today. I want to introduce you all to Vincent Jolito, Program Director of the Masterclass in Leading Sustainable Transformation and Associate Professor, and Gabrielle Ollier, the Program Advisor for the same program. Welcome. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you for having us.
Together with them, we are going to discover how this 18-month program taught in English equips you with leadership skills and global insights. You'll also have the possibility to interact with our speakers and ask them questions. Talking about that, I'd like to remind you that after the presentation, we will have a Q&A session where you'll be able to ask direct questions to Vincent and Gabrielle. So don't be shy and just type all of your questions in the Q&A section here in Zoom, and we'll go through them at the end of the webinar. Also, for those of you interested in receiving a certificate of attendance by Doxity for this free masterclass, stay tuned because we will post a link to get the certificate at the end of the session. So I think that we are able to start now. Welcome to those who just joined us. And without further ado, I'm now leaving the floor to Gabrielle and Vincent for their presentation. Thank you so much and enjoy. See you later.
Thank you. So hi, everyone. My name is Gabrielle Ollier. I am Program Advisor on the Master of Science in Leading Sustainable Transformation. Don't hesitate to ask questions. I will start sharing my screen. I have a short presentation for you to start. Just before we get into the details of the program, just to introduce emlyon Business School to you, for those of you who don't know who we are. We are actually a pretty old business school. We were founded in 1872. But the one important information you need to remember is that we are part of the 1% of business schools in the world, holding the three accreditations that you can see on the screen: AACSB, AKIS, and AMBA. You probably have heard about those accreditations, meaning that you have the guarantee that we are actually a good business school. That being said, just a little overview of who we are in terms of numbers. We have 5 campuses. I will get into details about that later on. We have almost 10,000 students. We have many different programs, so all of them are not in master's degrees. And we have the number of the top that you can see, which I think is one of the most important. More than 40,000 alumni in the world. This is an important information because you actually get access to this network as a student from day one. You don't need to wait until you graduate to be part of this fantastic and big alumni network. That being said, the most important for us as a school is your employability. We want you to find a job quickly after graduation, and we want you to find the job you like, not only just finding a job. And apparently we do a great job at that, because the Times Higher Education ranked us second of French institutions in the world, which means we actually have happy students, but also happy managers and happy companies, because this ranking is based on interviews of employers of companies, sorry. So we ask companies about that. How do we do that? We actually have different tools to help you. We are training you to act as a person on the job market already. We want you to be proactive, but of course we give you the tools. You will have access to our career services, with individual career coaching, events all year long on our campuses, access to the Alumni Association, the Makers Lab, And of course, you will meet many professionals during your studies. A few rankings. The first one, I just talked about it, so I won't repeat, but we ranked second in terms of employability. We are ranked 5 best business school in the world. And we are chosen by the students. We are ranked third in terms of happiness at school. The ranking is called Happy Index at school. So the students are actually happy about their experience with us. I just want to show you this video of I told you that we have 5 campuses. The first one and our headquarters is actually our campus in Lyon, and we are actually moving to a brand new campus in September. So just a short video to show you the mood. That being said, guys, the program you're interested in is actually based in Paris, where we have our second campus. I don't have a video of the campus, but I thought it would be interesting for you to listen to our students studying in Paris. So just another short video, and it's a way for you to actually kind of meet our students.
As an international student, we had our international days, which allowed us to meet so many people from so many different places. And even as a non-French speaker, I'm still afforded the same opportunities, and it's not difficult at all. There are people from everywhere, so even if you speak your own language, you'll find your people.
Staff working here, most of them speak English, so it's very easy for me as an international student. And also my French classmates, they are willing and they actually are able to speak very good and fluent English.
There are so many people from different countries that I met, and you know, it's like-minded individuals because we come here to learn, to network, and build lifelong relationships, actually. It's very inclusive.
Internship in France, especially as a non-French speaker, can be difficult, but I can tell you it's not impossible. As an international student, you may not know where to start with your internship, but the school does a good job of having events with different companies where you meet other people who are working in France, so you have all those connections.
You know, having the language is definitely a plus, but you can still find internships and jobs if you're still not a French speaker.
We have a platform that helps us to get internships. Besides, we have a lot of professors that help us with our curriculum, our cover letters, and give a lot of insight on how to get an internship. And besides, we have careers events almost every week.
It's a very reputed and prestigious school. I've had encounters where people, you know, immediately recognize when I say emlyon. I feel really proud.
What I really like is the level of the courses we are getting from some teachers which are really involved into the corporate business as well. So it's really practical lessons, and also I really like the diversity, the cultural diversity. We've got people from all around the world.
Something nice about my course right now, what I like is definitely the well-curated program. There's a lot of hands-on experience.
Faculty is nice, curriculum is super great as well, but what I like the most is the abundance of events. The different companies coming here exclusively for us. I think it's a big advantage, especially for your career opportunities going forward.
Parisian life is very exciting. There are a lot of things to do here. You are always surrounded by art and by beauty. For students, there are a lot of things that are free.
Paris is a city which doesn't sleep. There's always something going on, something to do.
I really like my life here in Paris. There are so many activities going on.
Obviously, it's very exciting because it's Paris. Also, I think that the school does a good job of giving you all the tools you need to know when it comes to the banking, the living. You have all the information once you get there. I met amazing people and had amazing experiences so far.
All right. So if you ever attend oops, do you still see my screen?
We cannot see your screen anymore, but I guess the key messages, oh yeah.
We're past. Okay, so I'm actually done. I just wanted to let you know that we have 5 campuses and you'll be in Paris. And now the floor is yours, Vincent.
Okay, thank you. Well, I guess, well, thank you for advertising Paris, which I guess doesn't need to be advertised to students. Yeah, Paris is very exciting, and emlyon. Yes, emlyon has a great campus in Paris. I was there just today, back in Lyon today in the afternoon. Well, very convenient to go from one city to another. And okay, let me tell you more. Now that you know more about the school, let me tell you more about the program. And for that, let me share my screen and tell you more about this program that I would say is very unique, leading sustainable transformations. Well, if I wanted to make it short, I would say the title says it all, but because one picture is better than many words, I would propose this picture. It is a picture that I have drawn, well, that not I have drawn, but have obtained through AI, generated by artificial intelligence. And it kind of, I like this picture because it symbolizes the journey that we would like to have students to embark on with us on this with this program. So in a nutshell, it's a transformative experience towards sustainability that we are going to provide with this program. It will provide students, participants with proofs of accomplishments. I'll give you more details in a few moments. And also it is fast track employability. Again, more details in a few moments. And everything is designed with the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations in mind. So SDGs are Sustainable Development Goals. SDGs, for example, a growth that is respectful of all people, and positive contribution to the natural environment. Everything, all of these goals are really natively incorporated in this program. So I'm very excited to be the director for this program. Well, I've developed this program, and I'm very happy to share its details for the first time, because it's the first cohort that we are now waiting for. And believe me, a first cohort in a program is an incredible experience. I've done it myself with another program long ago, and I can tell you this has been the best year of my life. Okay, transformative experience. That's the first point I'd like to highlight with you. Transformative experience. Okay, we will have 3 thematic periods plus the internship. So, well, 4 months periods. How will it go? P1 September, from September to December. Well, 24. It's that year. It's coming soon. And P2 are on emlyon campus in Paris. And in P1, P2, it will be about evaluating transformation, learning to analyze how to cope with transformations in the planet, transformations in society, transformation in technology, learning how to evaluate, how to analyze the impact of those transformations, and analyzing also, it's about analyzing also how businesses are ready to cope with those transformations. P3 from April to June is in another great destination, London. London, vibrant city, a vibrant city that never sleeps, like well, just like Paris. London is so P3 is in London, and the theme for that is getting the hands on, getting really involved in dealing with transformations and making things happen. This is really the overall theme that dominates this spring 25 in London. It will be in partnership with a school that's called London Interdisciplinary School, and talking about intercultural matters. London, of course, has nothing to invite to Paris. London is as intercultural as Paris, and the fact that the faculty here will be mostly English and also international, the fact that they have a different tradition in terms of teaching will contribute to the innovativeness of the teaching. And of course, you'll have some courses in P3, but also you'll be hands-on, you'll be working on something that I will detail in 1 second. P4, while it's a classic MSc Master of Science format, it's a 4 to 6 months internship. And of course, it is in a place of your choice. It can be London, can be Paris, can be closer to your home city. This is something. Well, this is more classic, and this makes for a 16 to 18 months program for this leading sustainable transformations program. So already some innovation with this organization with teams for each term, but I have promised a transformative experience. Why? Because this program is unique in another way. All the teaching is organized into 1 week seminars. So that will be 1 week on one topic, 1 week on another topic, etc. Well, that's relatively classic. What's less classic is that day 5 on most of the weeks will be dedicated to personal development and leadership development. I mean, leading sustainable transformation is about leading, and for leading we need to know what we are, what our own project as well, your own project as students, what those projects are. My observations in many programs is that while students are very, very happy to be with us in many programs, in most of the programs, in all programs, I should say. However, there is sometimes a caveat. They are very happy to absorb knowledge for 18 months, but at the same time, they don't have the time. They have too little opportunities to reflect about what this is that what is it that they want to do with their career. So on top of those pedagogical, relatively classic disciplines that we have just seen: finance, sustainability in finance, sustainability in operations, sustainability in cultural matters in organization. On top of that, which will take the bulk of the weeks of the seminars, on top of that, there will be 1 day dedicated to personal and leadership development, meaning what is it that you want to do? What is it that you want to transform? What is the difference that you want to make? And this makes for a very unique program. We have professionals of personal development, Personal development is a key feature of MBAs. This program brings the opportunity to work on personal and leadership development to younger students who have some experience, more on the requirements later, who have some experience, but not as much experience as MBA. So I would say it's really a key feature and something that makes the program unique. Okay, so this is the reason why I dare say that this program will be a transformative experience. The second point is that this program, and this is also probably unique, will provide you with ways to prove your accomplishments. You will have proofs of accomplishments at the end of the program. Okay, this is back to P1, P2, P3, P4. And what is special in this program is that throughout the program, there will be a red thread. There will be a red thread. Each year will be dedicated to a specific theme. For example, sustainable transformations in travel, or it could be else, but let's say sustainable transformations in travel. And throughout the year, the students work on this theme, I mean, in a relatively light way. We talk about this theme at the end of most of the seminars. This theme is incorporated in most of the seminars. But what is very special here is at the end, during the P3, the period in London, you as students will work on publishing something, publishing to the entire world, and to show this is what we have done. This is our documented opinion on how to lead sustainable transformations in travel, for example. So you will, the outcome of your year will be a white paper, perhaps a book, a website, with the help of our partner university in London. We also have the example of students developing even apps, proposing events, or perhaps a video channel. This is something that we will collaboratively do together. This is really something that we want you to work on, and that we'll be happy to accompany you doing throughout the program. And again, this is what makes the program unique. Okay, let's talk about employability now, because this is, of course, what matters to you. I have a question already. Thanks for the webinar. Do graduates from this program usually work more in private companies or NGOs? I would say both. Okay, the short answer is both, and I'll tell you more about the candidates that we expect for this program in a matter of minutes. Okay, so another promise is fast-track employability. The students for this program should aim for managerial jobs in large firms. And we have devoted quite a large amount of time to investigate what the firms are, what the needs of the firms are as regards hiring for managers, young graduates, and future managers. We have investigated recruitment websites, particularly for the largest French firms. Well, largest French firms are often referred to as CAC 40. It's the biggest firms in France. But we also verified that even smaller firms have the same criteria, and we also have checked with the international firms. And what have we found? And how have we designed the program to meet those requirements? Okay, the profiles expected by the firms revolve, guess what, around soft skills, leadership, how to make transformations happen. It's not only a matter of, well, of course, it's a matter of problem solving, but it's about curiosity, openness, which in itself which themselves relate to soft skills. And also, of course, the firms, they want method, they want rigor, they want young managers who arrive with some tools, with the ability to start to work from day one with some tools, and who are able to share and to really make an impact. In a few words, the firms, what is it that they expect? The energy, desire, and knowledge to transform organization, to make a difference for sustainability. What you probably want to know is that firms are really concerned with sustainability. It's really a key objective that they have to achieve in the next few years. Different kinds of transformations in technology. They want to adapt, for example, to IA, to artificial intelligence, but also producing with less waste, producing in a more sustainable way, a way that is more respectful of the natural environment. Also integrating the trends in society. This is really what firms are looking after for the moment. And I would very much suppose that students for this in this program will get fast-track jobs: project leaders, internal consultants, junior managers, and soon senior managers. I'm really I have all the information, all the reasons to believe that this program leads to fast-track jobs relating to sustainability, to climate change, again, to technology. Just an example, BNP Paribas, which is, it's the largest French and European bank. It's in the top 3 European banks. They have as many as 700 internal consultants. They hire probably something like 150 young managers for their internal consultancy roles. So this is, and those roles, they are the roles that educate, in a way, the future managers. The people who start with such positions are the people who will succeed and who will climb the ladder the fastest. Okay, so those job specificities they are reporting to top management. They include, and this is where leadership comes in the picture. Those jobs include transversal management, meaning being able to form a network, to influence people without authority. And of course, those jobs include multi-dimensional transformations. Well, one example is of course generative AI. Perhaps, I've put together a matrix about what matters: soft skills, technical skills, between specialists and generalists, and a key difficulty for firms is to recruit those kind of profiles. Just another view very quickly on what kinds of transformations matter and why this program is uniquely suited to those jobs. We had made an investigation last year about what kind of transformations matter most to firms, to employers, with 150 CEOs that we have interviewed last year, and the transformations that the firms find most difficult to solve and to accomplish revolve around environmental transformation and societal transformation. Technology, meaning the jobs that are for engineers, for pure engineers, for pure IT, data science specialists. Those technology transformation, they are relatively easier, and this is business, because with technology, business becomes easier. So, okay, of course we need engineers, of course we need IT people, and of course we need technology people. but people who are able to make sense of transformations in the planet, transformations in society, people who are able to make a difference in organizations regarding those transformations. This is the kind of transformations that are most difficult for firms, and this is the kind of transformations that they have the most difficulties to hire people for. And this is the kind of transformations that the people who are hired for dealing with are paid the most. This is where you can make highest salaries, or have just one big firm that supports us and that has made a letter of recommendation that was, I was just amazed by the enthusiasm that this firm showed us, and how warmly this firm supported us. Okay, so I'm going to look forward to your questions, but just in a nutshell, who are we interested in as candidates? What is it that we are looking for on your side? We know what firms, employers are looking at the other end of the program, but what is it that we are looking for at the start of the program? Bachelor degree, it's an MSc, it's a master's program, so of course we need a bachelor degree. International diversity, we already have students enrolled from China, from Latin America, and we are looking for this international diversity. Of course, Europe. We expect candidates from Europe. Naturally, very good command of English is necessary. The program is taught in English. Part of it is taught in London, so really English is a must. French is a plus. Well, there are several months to spend in French and to enjoy Paris. What we would like to encourage is background diversity. I've noted international diversity and cultural diversity, but background diversity is key to us. We would like to have engineers. We would like to have scientists. We would like to have people from technology. We would like to have, I don't know, perhaps doctors or medical people, students coming from medical schools. But we also want to have people who are coming from humanities, people who have literary, academic background, people, why not artists, NGOs? We really want to have this diversity because this is what will make the cohort, the inaugural cohort of this program so much special. And and this is what will make this program fun to teach and to accompany over the program, over the course of the program. A key, an important criterion for us is to have some professional experience. Let's say, more or less 1 year in business, but also in NGOs, or business or NGOs, or if you feel that you have a good experience, that you have had your hands in organization, just show us. And whatever the kind of business, whatever the size of business, whatever your role in business, we will examine that. If you don't have any business or experience, hands-on experience in organization, any kind of professional experience, I would say it's probably you won't draw the same advantages as if you have some experience and hence some professional maturity. And of course, what we want is people who have the desire to make a sustainable difference, to make the world a better place. And my question to you is, who is up to the challenge? Who is up to the challenge? Okay, quickly, just to wrap up the basics. 18 months. Well, this is Paris plus London, diversity, science and tech, etc., etc. Well, what I've just said. Well, the arts are missing, but take my word, we are very much interested in artists and in people with literary academic experience. Program leveraging emlyon excellence in research. Yes, this is something that we haven't insisted. Most of the teaching will be done with teachers. Yeah, teachers, but not the boring teachers. Not the boring teachers. Why? Because what I ask the teachers is not only to teach fundamentals, which is sometimes a bit boring and makes for boring courses. No, faculty in this program will share their research. They will share what is research all about right now. You'll be at the cutting edge of research and also cutting edge of pedagogy. I have my instructions to teachers is do with this program what you would love to do and that you may perhaps not be able to do in other programs. So make it interesting, make it innovative, make it different, okay? And with the London Interdisciplinary School, that's they have the same objectives, and so I'm pretty sure that will be a great experience. Okay, again, the SDGs and the Sustainable Development Goals that are incorporated. By the way, emlyon is a B Corp, meaning a société à mission, a company that has that includes the sustainable developments at the core of its activities, and a strong accent of soft skills. Really, what you will develop, and again, probably unique, is that it's not only about learning stuff, it's about learning how to deal with the transformation at a personal level. Transformative, so again, the nutshell, very innovative program, classic format, but very innovative program. At the crossroads of the needs of large firms, which allows us to kind of promise the fast-track jobs, and crossroads also of students' expectations, finding your own way. I would suspect that it's a key question that every one of you has at the start, being close to the start of their careers. So finding your own way to contribute to sustainability is really something that we want to accomplish with this program, with this unique program. Again, transformative experience, proofs of accomplishment. Remember the publication that you will have, that you'll be able to show to your employers, and you'll be able to show that to your employers and to negotiate a better salary and better conditions. So that's really a key part. And fast track jobs. And now I stop. Sorry. I stop with that, and I'll be very happy to, and I'm very curious of your questions. I'm going to go into your questions in a second.
All right. So
yeah,
maybe
perhaps you want to give a very short glimpse of the recruitment process or the admission process before I answer the questions.
Very quickly, and by presenting the admission process, I will answer two of your questions in the chat that I have identified. So just for you to know, the application happens in 2 steps. One online application, very classic with sending documents. And the second step is actually going through what we call digital tests. Once you do that, you are presented to a jury and the jury makes the decision. So the first thing you have to do is to go on our website, masters.em-lyon.com, create your account, click on I apply. Then you'll be asked to fill a few informations about your professional experiences, your previous degrees, and to send mandatory documents. There was one question in the chat asking if you were required to send an English certification test. The answer is no, because the second step on the digital tests, everything will be in English during the digital test, so it will be enough for us to check your level of English. if you have an English certification test, you can send it, but you don't need to go through a test just for the application. So the mandatory documents being your CV, your current degree, or if you don't have it yet, your certificate of enrollment, just to show us that you're actually preparing for a degree that makes you eligible for the program, your university transcripts, and your ID card. You also have 120 euros application fees to pay. Once you do that, you validate your application, and the admission team will send you a link to complete the digital test. You will be filmed, so be alone, be well dressed, have a good internet connection to be prepared. Just for you to better understand the digital admissions test, it's the second and last step of the application. You will never have a full face-to-face meeting with the jury. So it's the only moment, it's the most important moment for your application. So you have 5 different things that the jury will look at: your professional soft skills, your analysis abilities, your motivation, English proficiency, and your fit with the program. Just for you to know more about really the details of how it will happen, but if you have more precise questions, you can always call me and I will explain. You will start with a role play in a fictive company. We put you in the shoes of someone working for a company, and you will receive incoming messages just as you see on your screen, just like a messenger app. So we ask you to choose which is the best answer, which is the worst answer according to the situation. So it's a role play. You have a second role play. This time it's not like a messenger app, it's more like a meeting with, I don't know, investors, providers, colleagues, anyone you could meet in a real company. But it's the same, it's the same thing. We offer 5 different answers and you have to choose which one you think is the best, which one you think is the worst. Then we'll ask you to solve some cognitive tests. This time there is a right answer and a wrong answer. You have 2 of them. The first one is a suit of dominoes, as you see on the screen. 1 domino is missing, and we ask you to find out which one is the missing domino. And the second cognitive test you'll have is called ball sorting. You have 2 images, and we ask you to tell us how many movements you need to go from the image 1 to the image 2. And the last part, guys, I think is the most important part, because it's motivation questions. You will have to answer both in writing in a few lines for a few questions and orally through your webcam to motivation questions. There is no trap question. The questions are basic motivation questions. We want to know who you are, where you come from, what you've done before, what are your experiences, why are you applying to the program, what do you want to do in the future, and how the program can help you achieve that. As I said, everything will be in English, so we will actually read your answers and then hear you speak in the recordings. No one will be in front of you when you speak. You will be recorded on your camera, and then the jury will have access to your answer. So yeah, that's for the admission process. One question just really quickly I saw was how much time for the admission process. All in all, from the moment you create your account on the website to the moment you get your admission result, usually there is something like 1 month approximately. And if you have more precise questions, it's now in the chat, or you can have my email address, master@em-lyon.com, and it will be me. I will be answering your questions. So,
okay, thank you so much for your presentation, and of course, thanks to our participants. I know that you answered to so many questions, but we still have some in the chat. The first one is, hi, thanks for this webinar. Do graduates from this program usually work more in private companies or NGOs? Merci.
Essentially, it will be your choice. What we are certain of is that big companies are waiting for profiles like this. I would suspect that NGOs need profile like this too. After that, should be your choice. should be your choice. Big, I mean, associations, big NGOs, they need to transform as well, and so they need those kinds of the kind of profiles that students will become after this program. So I'm pretty confident after that. Well, after that, I mean, NGOs have the reputation of having lower salaries. So I mean, no, it's a matter of choice. I mean, we with this program, we intend to have people want to make a difference, and NGOs are a good point to start for making a difference.
Fantastic, thank you. And another one is, do we have to write a thesis at the end of the master?
Answer is yes. Answer is yes. I mean, it's part of the requirements for the accreditation. This kind of diplomas, this kind of degrees require an individual thesis. What makes the program a little different is that it should be much easier because of all the work that will be done throughout the year on the red thread and the publication. Based on the what I failed to mention is that this work will be done in teams. You'll work in teams of 5 or so on the red thread, sustainably transforming travel, for example. You'll work on various aspects of this issue by teams of 5. At the end, when in London, you'll do research, you'll put together some publication, perhaps, well, that will be the choice, that will be your choice. Perhaps a website, perhaps a channel on YouTube, perhaps an app, perhaps, okay? And based on what you will have done, I mean, doing the individual thesis should be much easier than it is for students in typical programs where everything is to be started from scratch.
Okay, great, thank you. And the next one is, do we have to write a motivational letter for the application?
So maybe I'll take the question.
Mm-hmm.
So the answer is no, because you will actually answer motivation questions during the online digital test. So we don't ask for any motivation question in the first step in the documents you need to send. But if you do have recommendation letters, it's not mandatory, but I know that the jury usually likes to read recommendation letters from previous teachers or from people you have worked with in an internship or a job.
And as a key person in the jury, I confirm, I very much like recommendation letter. This is really something we appreciate.
Yeah, of course, it's a plus. The next one is, good evening. Is it hard to find accommodation in France? I think that Gabrielle, maybe you already partially answered, but if you want to add something,
yeah,
if Emlyon helps in finding accommodation.
So I won't lie, it's not easy to find accommodation in Paris, but it's doable. Our students do it every year, so you will find accommodation as well. We don't have our own accommodation, on-campus accommodation, but we do have a team called the International Office. They are here to help. They actually built a housing guide that you will find on our platform if you ever enroll to the program. They organize many webinars throughout the years to help you understand the French housing system. So they are here to help. You can contact them anytime. We just don't offer our own on-campus accommodation, but there are plenty of, how do you call that, student accommodation with private organizations as well. So you could also contact them on your side with your enrollment letter, or contact the International Office if needed, and it'll be fine.
Thank you. And another one is, Salut, what do you mean by sustainable leadership?
Aha. Yeah, Well, I hoped it was clear after my presentation. Well, nice. No, I love the question. What is sustainable leadership? It's all about it's the people. Leaders are people who influence other people, and you can influence as a leader. You can influence people in a bad way, or you can influence people in a good way. Sustainable leaders, to me, are people who are able to influence organizations, other people and organizations, be they companies or NGOs, or why not public institutions, towards sustainability. We want to make, and this is really one mission of, this is really part of the mission of emlyon. We want to ensure that this world remains habitable. We want to ensure that this world remains a good place for us all, and most importantly for you and the generations to come. And for that, we need people who are able to influence others. I don't know if I answered the question, but this is the aim of this program. This is the reason why this program has been designed. This is the reason why this is at the core of why this program will exist in a few months.
Great. I think it's a good answer. Thank you. The last one is, I have a doubt. What does emlyon stand for? Thanks for the presentation.
I have a doubt. What does OF stand for?
Awful doubt? No, I would say it means awful. Should I take the question, or?
No, I can tell. Emlyon stands for École de Management de Lyon.
And there's a second answer, actually. Because EM also stands for, okay, the first meaning is École de Management, management school in French. But the second answer would be...
and then there is, well, historically, it used to stand for École de Management de Lyon, which was already departing from a couple of older names, but École de Management de Lyon. And then since for a few years, for a number of years now, EM also refers to early makers. Gabriela, I guess this is what you want to add.
Yes, exactly. Because it's the DNA of the school. We're trying to
early makers.
Yeah, early makers. We want people who try, who fail, who try again and don't discourage themselves. We want people to be proactive. We try to do that in the programs as well. As Vincent said, you won't only sit in class and listen to people, but you'll work on hands-on projects. You will have access to what we call a maker's lab with many softwares, 3D printers. We want you to try and be proactive in your studies, because this is what companies will require from you as well later on. So early makers is kind of the DNA of the school.
Okay, thank you. There's another question too, is why should I study at emlyon and not in other schools like SAP? Just to know, how does this school stand out from others?
Early makers is the first answer.
I back this this answer. Early makers. I mean, in this school there is a spirit. There is a spirit that is different from, and particularly from Parisian schools. This is an entrepreneurial spirit. This is a spirit of people respecting each other. This is a spirit of people, liking to have fun with each other, and all that with academic excellence. Academic excellence, okay, in any school. I mean, in the top schools, we are lucky to be in the top schools. So academic excellence, well, it's perhaps a little less of a differentiator, because in the top schools we need to have academic excellence. By the way, in terms of academic excellence, emlyon matches only HEC. And all the other schools are behind, okay? And HEC and emlyon are on a tie on academic excellence. And we with HSA are better than in terms of research than other schools. And as for the differentiation, I would say very quickly two things. First, the spirit that I just mentioned. It's not Parisian. We are. I mean, we in Lyon we have this challenger spirit. We are not we want to challenge things. We want to make a difference. So that's a key part. And also the other answer to your question, and again, thank you for the question, but the other answer for the question is that this program is very innovative. This program, I would say, is unique. And I'm pretty sure that in a few years from now, SCP and other schools will have this kind of programs, but for the moment, it's emlyon and emlyon alone.
And if I can add something maybe very practical, I really back what Vincent just said. And two other points I would say is the employability, as we said in the first part. The only other school that matches our employability rank is also HEC, so no comparison with other Parisian schools. We are ranked second, so it has a meaning. And one more thing I think is kind of important, even if it's a bit technical, is that our alumni department is actually not an association, meaning that it's part of the school. So when you come to the school, you have access to the alumni network from day one as a student. You don't need to wait until you graduate, and you have access for life with the tuition fees you have paid on the program. Usually every alumni is an association, and you need to pay a yearly membership. They go knock knock, you have to pay to have access to the alumni network, which is not the case at EMLO. So it's very technical, but I think it's important enough to stress that part.
Thank you. And another one is, do you have an anti-discrimination protocol? I heard French people are not best welcome in Europe, and I fear not to be able to integrate in a French school. I hope that's just a prejudice.
Do we seem not welcoming?
Okay, I'll take this one. I mean, anti-discrimination protocols. I'm not familiar with all the legal aspect, but the basic answer is yes. Anti-discrimination, whatever the kind of discrimination, gender, religion, origin, whatever. I mean, this is a key part of our commitment to our students' community. To fight, to combat discrimination. So yes, we have protocols. Although I'm not very familiar with all the details. I don't know, Gabrielle, if you and I'll take the second part of the question.
Well, I mean, if you were there at the beginning of the presentation, you probably have seen the interview of our students, and they come from all over the world and they seem really happy at school. Something you can do is maybe, I don't know, you can contact me and I can maybe also put you in touch with our current students. Usually everything goes well. I don't want to get into the details about the processes we have, but for instance, we have a platform in case you're you see something happening or you're the victim of something, you can go on this platform and a team of the school will help you. We have psychologists at school, we have nurses and so on. So I don't want to get into the details, but we do think it's really important that you are happy with us and you are healthy as well. So normally, don't worry, it should be okay. And if anything happens, you can always come back to someone of the team.
And as to French people, not very welcoming to foreigners. Let me do an ironic answer first. Parisians are a bit like that. No,
and we have many Russians.
People from Lyon are not like that. No, I mean that's really a joke. But it was too easy to miss. I mean, I've been visiting so many countries. I've been working and living in 3-4 continents. I mean, France has a bad reputation. People in France, well, some of them are arrogant, but they are not they are not discriminating than any other culture I've been in contact with, and my experience being limited, I can tell you what research says, and research says that well, France is a country where you can find unfriendly people and many friendly people. And so I wouldn't have conclusions like French are unfriendly. Yeah, some waiters in some bistro
like anywhere, I would say,
are a little stressed, and they often don't smile when you ask for a coffee, but ask them twice, and everything's going to be fine.
And most of the time,
I mean, I take the question seriously, and sorry for my ironic tone. I take the question seriously, but no, there is no reason to. We have absolutely no reason to think that French people are more racist or more than in any other context.
Thank you. Okay, so I think we are perfectly in time. So thanks to everyone to connect with us. If you want to receive the certificate of attendance to this free masterclass, I'm sending the link in the chat right now. And I don't know if our panelists want to add something, maybe a message to our students before saying goodbye.
Looking forward to meeting you and to making a difference with you guys.
Contact us.
Of course. Okay, thank you so much. Thanks to our panelists for being with us today and to all the participants. And I hope to see you again in the next webinar organized by Doxity in partnership with emlyon. Thank you and goodbye, everyone. Have a nice day.